Hi, this is Keith with How to Build Your Own Home. Messy day today, and I'm in my messy shirt today, doing a lot of stuff on site. I want to talk about stucco and some of the pros and cons of stucco when it comes to the timing of other things being able to get done. I've got a rake here, a Soffit and Fascia, that is right over here on the house, and we're going to wrap that with stucco. I typically don't like to wrap my Soffit and Fascia. That's the difference between the two. Soffit is the under part. It's like the belly under a lizard. That's your soft part. And the fascia is the face facing the outside. So Soffit, fascia. I don't like to wrap those with stucco, but the HOA that I'm building in requires that to be done. I like an aluminum Soffit and fascia. It lasts longer. You don't have to maintain it. No painting. It's just a great product. Plus it has some natural ventilation to it. Except in California, they don't allow you to do ventilation underneath your soffit. They have fire code issues that are pretty stringent out there. But here's the pros and cons. I've got to get, this is my lath. We're just doing wire mesh and paper on this part of the house. That part of the house I've got, the main part of the house, I've got some 1-inch foam, which adds an additional amount of insulation to the home when I've got the 1-inch foam right there. So on this part of the house, we're just doing lath, and it's the same thing with the Soffit and Fascia. We're just going to come up here with the paper, wire mesh, go underneath, and on the fascia. Now, a couple things. I can't roof this until the wire mesh and until the gray coat and finish coat are done. If I try to put my flashing up there, then what happens is, this has happened to me before, stucco guys bend this out, and they'll try to tuck their gray coat underneath the flashing, and they make a huge mess of it. So whenever I have a finished product that's going to go on the home, and this is a finished product, it's got a nice patina look to it on this flashing. When this roof goes on, it's going to be gorgeous. You're going to love it. But some of my roof is tile, like you see up here. Some of it is a metal patina that I'll be putting on this home. Well, I can't put this finished flashing on until the stucco fascia is done. So that really holds things up. And a lot of times you'll have a subcontractor that's going to hold a roofer and a couple of other people up. So you really need to time it and schedule that. So just a few minutes ago, I called George. He's with my stucco company, and he picks up the phone every single time. Every time I call this guy, he picks up the phone. Hey Keith, what can I do for you? That's the kind of subcontractor you want. I go, hey, when our lather is going to come out and get this finished on the home, so I can get an inspection. Once I get an inspection, they come up with a gray coat, and then I know that I'm in a hurry up and wait scenario. I've got to let the gray coat finish all its micro cracking. We put some water on it, we bang on it, we put some more water on it, make sure it all settles into this wire mesh before we can apply the finish coat. Once that finish coat goes on, voila, roof can be done, a lot of finish work can be done, a lot of things can happen. So you're going to find bottlenecks, and I've talked about this before in construction, where you want to hurry and get through that bottleneck so it opens up a lot of things. And so when it comes to Soffit and Fascia, if I didn't have this wire mesh on here, and if I didn't take the stucco underneath the Soffit and against the fascia up on the top there, I could move forward with the roof, which is why I like aluminum Soffit and Fascia, because they can be installed at a finished stage when everything else is done. So think about that, pros and cons of things. If you do it one way, it's going to hold up a lot. Unfortunately, I'm stuck with that way. I have to put stucco underneath my Soffit, against my fascia, and it's going to hold up my roof because I can't put the finish trim on there at all, and I've got to lock in that roof in a certain way. So pros and cons when it comes to stucco. That's my stucco guy confirming when guys are going to be here. So I'm excited about that. It will move things forward. One caveat with supply chain issues, I think we're going to be facing those in the next couple of years probably. Find out what supplies are being held up. Right now, finish coat on a lot of stucco for homes is being held up. And you're going to want to find out about that. So I called him to confirm, hey, let's make sure we get our finished product here on site so we don't have to wait for that. Always talk with your subcontractors. What's being delayed? What's the supply chain issue? Is it going to hold anything up? Should I get it here? For example, my painter said, hey, about a month and a half ago, he says, Keith, primer is really hard to get. and some of the paint qualities, brands that he likes to use are hard to get. I need to get into the home and measure, and let's go talk about colors, and we did that a month and a half ago. So we had the paint here, we didn't have any delays on that. So again, communication, just constantly talking with your subcontractors and asking them, hey, what's the delay, what's a potential delay? Let's try to get on top of that now. So just some issues. Again, think about choices. Sometimes choices delay a lot of other things, sometimes they don't. Talk with your subcontractors and they can explain that to you. That's Keith with How to Build Your Own Home.